It's Madden NFL 23, and we'll be watching Terry McLaurin. Always staying busy, he's your league leader in receiving yards. It's the Commanders and the Packers on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today. It's been perfection so far. They come in here unbeaten at 14-0.
And just 2 wins away from doing something only 2 teams have ever done. But the most important thing for them now is to make it to the postseason in one piece.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And incomplete to open things up. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll set up a throw. It's caught by Mike Evans. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Back to throw here. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Back to throw again. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw is here late in the season. He goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Taken down with the 19-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and...
On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. A yard in the wrong direction. Makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw in that play with a loss. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Looking to throw. toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So out comes the Washington offense as they get their first shot. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and rankings, they don't matter to him very much, but I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish number 1, including himself.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The numbers in last week's bowl game for Robinson, well into the triple digits, and they'll take that every time out.
What I loved was just how decisive he was running the football. Coaches like guys that go north and south. They don't like the east-west guys, the juking and the jiving. 1 foot in the ground and cut.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Washington, first down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And now they'll throw with Lance. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Lance. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Back to the ground with Robinson. And he'll work down inside the 45.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the 44, Lance. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lance. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
That's a gain of 8.
Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. Got an open man. Finds Gibson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 20-yard line. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
And Lance's throw here taken in by Ingram. And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
Here's Lance to throw it. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Holding offense.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Toss play to Robinson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Alex Singleton on the tackle. No gain on the play.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lance.
The 19-yard line.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. And the next-gen stat's going to show just how much time he had to make a decision, and it's not much. 3 seconds, the final clocking.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that in-line.
He's got a man complete. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 41 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
He'll drop to throw. He completes it to Evans. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
Well, that shows an excellent understanding about down and distance. 3rd and 4. Just explodes off the line. Essentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. Catch the football, and he has more than enough for the 1st down. Well done.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. The numbers for Jones last week 11 carries, 58 yards, and a score.
And he has 12 touchdowns on the ground this season, so you know it's a big part of their offense. They count on it, not only to score the touchdowns, but now they can play action, fake it to him, throw it out to the wide receivers, get it to other players who can also produce.
Second down, another shot for Jones. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is third down and 8. He'll look to throw. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, a pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be fourth down. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and that will keep this a 3-point game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
As the Commanders make their way out on offense, let's take a peek at the playoff picture in the NFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that number 1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it. It's team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that number 1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through. And I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
At the 38-yard line.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. And Charles, you think about this offense, it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0. Looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Washington. Mecole Hardman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Commanders have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Up the middle, Jones. And his defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Here's a give to Jones running left. To the 43, second down.
Aaron Jones, the ball carrier, taken down at the 43-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 8. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
There's Mecole Hardman as he brings this offense onto the field yet again. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Kenny Clark in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 17. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Washington. Mecole Hardman, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far as his guys are able to extend their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Point after, right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career, that draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they called Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
An inside give to Jones. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll set up to throw. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Back to throw. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 30. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's Jones again on 2nd down. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. So not only do you not get the first down, but you've also made things a lot more difficult on your field goal kicker.
Yeah, they're still in range, but you're exactly right because you know the kickers over there are saying, thanks a lot, you just made my job a little tougher because when he kicks it now, he'll kick it lower because he's got to get more distance. That means there's more jeopardy for the ball to get tipped or blocked.
Fourth down and no hesitation from Matt LaFleur as he sends out the field goal unit. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Commanders preparing for their next possession. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Complete to Antonio Gibson. Out of bounds across midfield at the 48.
Here's Lance. He's got this complete to Williams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7. Lance looks to throw again. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Lance to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got it. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr. his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season, as his guys were able to push that lead out a bit further.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
Point after here coming up. And it's 21-3. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was capped off by the touchdown run from Brian Robinson. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Right back to Davis. It's complete. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now the toss to Jones, running right. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll go again to Jones. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Tonyan. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. The give is to Jones. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
2nd and a yard at the Commanders' 37-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They're going to look to throw. Steps away to his left. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And this one is right through. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. So they get the 3. It was 4th and 1, and I think you were doing what I was doing. I was looking down to the sideline. I'm not sure the offensive unit wanted the 3. They wanted to go for it.
But when have we ever seen a unit that didn't want to go for it in that situation, right? Sometimes it's just way more important to have the points on the board than to worry about any type of a gamble.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent, and they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked off by Darnell Savage. The 20. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
Now the try here for the point after. He's got it. They're back within a score. It's 8, 21-13. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Commanders back out late in this first half. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this. But you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. To throw again on second down, Lance. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing his Lance on third down. And he finds McLaurin. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Throwing again on second down. Lance. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And the lead now 11, 24-13. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Trevor Lawrence, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. From there, we head north to Minnesota. Check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And they fall in that one to the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Zach Wilson leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. And then finally, a good one on Monday Night Football to wrap up the week between the Buffalo Bills and the Tennessee Titans. And on now to a check on the next-gen stats in that first half for the Packers. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for Washington, they too didn't do a whole lot in terms of rushing efficiency in that first half, as you can tell by the numbers there.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Commanders up first on offense as we begin this third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw into the hands here of Hardman. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
From just shy of midfield, Lance. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Lance looking to throw it. Able to connect with Dotson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Robinson up the middle. Down to about the 23. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Lance. Wide open receiver, complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Handoff now to Robinson. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Robinson again. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. From the 3-yard line again, they'll try and punch it in here on 3rd and goal. Now Lance. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Incomplete. Out of the end zone. It's now 4th down and goal.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. On now is the Packers punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Back onto the field now, the Commanders' offense.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now third down and 6 to go.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Lance now to throw.
Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
On the give, here's Robinson. And a lane slowly materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
On 2nd and 9, Lance. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
Okay. I'm not a fan of any routes that just, turn around defensive backs, mainly because I was a defensive back. But the comeback route is so difficult because to sell it, you're selling it like it's a deep route before you come back towards either the line of scrimmage.
Matt LaFleur loudly voicing his objections to that previous call. He's going to throw out the red challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Robinson, he'll try the left side.
And he's got room. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory.
98 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
Robinson.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to second and goal.
Robinson. Diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
Extra point attempt to come here. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson. This taken in at the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback.
Now come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Second down, another shot for Jones.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Evans.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Running right, Jones.
They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there. Here's Jones again on 2nd down.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
The first down pass. Complete to number 24. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. This is caught by Evans. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
A give to Jones. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Taking it in from the 20.
And the Packers are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. A try here for the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So that one a long 11-play drive. And to cap it off, a touchdown run of 20 yards. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Here we go on the next drive for Washington. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
They begin the drive with Robinson. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
4 yards on the pickup.
Here's Lance to throw it.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
So that potentially a turning point here this third quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick 6.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense, delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
Now for the point after. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports.
It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. And Lance's throw complete to Dotson.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
A gain of 9 brings up
Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he'll get it down here to the 43.
113 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the...
And this is caught!
Touchdown, Washington. Jamison Williams.
43 yards!
And the Commanders are moving closer to a 15-0 record as they extend their lead here. And that's certainly an important touchdown there and makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays.
And it was Jameson Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go.
With the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? On first down, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Davis.
Complete to Corey Davis. It's a gain of 9.
2nd and 1.
The throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call. But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Complete to Aaron Jones. It's a gain of 10.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw again.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 18.
12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now back to throw. This will be caught at about the 5.
And the Packers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. Touchdown, Packers!
Van Jefferson
from 4 yards out.
And the Packers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
And bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman.
Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
130 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Back to Robinson now on first down.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
On 2nd and 11 now.
Lance.
That one caught by Gibson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a gain of 35.
Well, if you're a fan of offensive football, this game is for you because this one's been much more like a tennis match than a football game. Back and forth, and there's another example right there of another big play in the passing game.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
They'll run this one right with Robinson.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. 2nd and 5 now.
Lance.
To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down.
Encroachment, defense.
A pretty big 3rd down mistake right there.
No doubt about it, and everyone's going to be upset. But they have to get out of this now and go ahead and play. They could have someone come at them in a big way on the next down.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10.
And Lance going to throw.
Caught on the slant. And he's brought down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
They'll run with Robinson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr.
with career touchdown number 70.
And the Commanders have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this fourth quarter. And that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Now the Packers get set to go.
And the offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Second and 5.
But he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young.
He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll drop to throw. And that's complete. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. But down 2 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it. It didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that chance.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Lance. This a quick slant, and he's got Terry McLaurin. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection. Lance looking to throw it.
Finding Hardman here over the middle. Touchdown! Mecole Hardman, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Commanders have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And he looked right off the line like he knew that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Now this one complete to Corey Davis. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. That's Tunyon bringing in the quick throw. Back to throw again. Caught on the right side by Jones. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. 3rd and 7 now. Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He'll go right back to Tunyon. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
This one swung out here to Jones. And he is going to have a Packers first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. Now a throw here, hauled in. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
And they're going to speed things up here.
Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tonyan.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
2nd and 3. He's got Tonyan complete over the middle.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. He'll look to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Mike Evans. A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Packers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick.
And this is going to be covered up by the Commanders, and they are going to win this football game.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for Washington, they are now 2 wins away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0.
And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Packers,
they fall under 500 now as they drop to 7-8.
And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans.